Hey English 9, guess what? Another e-learning day. I feel like you guys have just not gotten enough of me. A couple of things for e-learning. I found the coolest virtual tour of Verona, which is where our play, Romeo and Juliet, is taking place. Also, we're only halfway through Act 1. Are you Team Capulet? Are you Team Montague? Who are you? Do you know yet? You shouldn't know yet, but it's a good question to be thinking. First off, this bad boy right here. It's actually linked on my website. I can't turn the right way. Am I gonna? Hey. All right, it's linked on my website. You're gonna be able to open it, and on your iPad, when you open it, you can move your iPad around, up and down, and turn around a little bit, and you can see Verona. It's the coolest thing, okay? It's probably something I wish I would have had when I was in high school, so I can get a real feel for the actual place, okay? And just so you know, Montagues and Capulets were real people. Now, we don't know if Romeo and Juliet actually existed, like the couple themselves, but those two families were very prominent families in Verona. So you will actually see their house. You'll see what would have been Juliet's balcony, and you're gonna get to see the Capulet house. It's really neat. So take a look at that. I'm gonna encourage you to watch that. And then after you've done some exploring, you're gonna go back to my website and you're gonna click on the grammar for today. And we're gonna be working on misplaced and dangling modifiers. So misplaced modifiers cause confusion. When you talk with them, it's hard to follow you sometimes. When a sentence, they're usually separated by words and they're identified. Basically, if I said, Mrs. Berman teaches English, she's tall. Like, that wouldn't make sense. That modifier of me being tall is too far away from the descriptor, me, right? So a wrong way, here's an example of a wrong way of using a modifier. After taking French for 2 years, I could understand spoken French when we took our trip to Europe easily. That's a bit weird, okay? The writer meant to say that she could easily understand spoken French, but a listener might think she was referring to the trip as being easy. A better sentence would be, after taking French for 2 years, I could easily understand spoken French when we took our trip to Europe. Okay? A good general rule to follow is to place single word modifiers next to the word or words they are modifying. Reading aloud what you have written will sometimes help you to discover what you have misplaced, or a squinting, it is when you're looking both ways modifier. So it modifies both, okay? Phrases work much the same because of what the listener and readers know about the real world. They can usually figure out the meaning, as with a famous example. This is the wrong way. Abraham Lincoln wrote the Gettysburg Address while riding the train on the back of an envelope. Of course, we know that President Lincoln's train was on the rails rather than the back of an envelope, but still, better writers do not make their readers go through such mental gymnastics, and so we'll write something like, while Abraham Lincoln was riding on a train, he wrote the Gettysburg Address on the back of an envelope. Okay? Dangling modifiers cause confusion when there is no specific subject in the sentence for them to modify, or the item they modify is not in the expected grammatical slot. They are often located at the beginning of a sentence, and here's an example. All right. Although not finished, we left the meeting early to see a movie. From the way the sentence is written, the people, we, are the ones not yet finished. On second thought, a listener or reader would probably realize that it must be the meeting that is not finished, which means this would be a better sentence. Although the meeting was not finished, we left early to see a movie. All right. For the practice of this portion, you're going to read the sentences to yourself and rewrite them so as to remove the confusion that surrounds the modifiers. All right. So I'm going to have you do all of these sentences. There's only six sentences to rewrite, all right? And you basically want to make sure everything's clear. What's being described, is it right next to it? Read them, write them correctly, and because there's only 6, I'm making you do all of them on your own. All right, and that is your e-learning. You can email them to me or you can show them to me when you get back. And as we talked about in class, I give you e-learning to do on the day of e-learning. Do it. Do your work. Don't go outside today. It's too cold. Don't lick any poles or put things on fire. Okay, Chris? Have a wonderful day. I will see you guys later.